Hi everyone. Another list. This is from Ultimate Classic Rock and Culture, Forgotten First Albums, Rock's 61 Most Overshadowed Debuts. And this is from July of 2023. I already see some albums that are in my collection, so that's good to know. Here we go. Yep, I have everything, all of the studio albums by David Bowie, including his debut, which I believe was released the very same day as Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band in 1967. It's, I think he was, later on he was embarrassed by it, and not that I play it that often, but, once or twice a year I'll play it, and it's a fun, entertaining listen. I don't mind it. Marcus Hook Roll Band. Okay, that's Harry Vanda and George Young. They were related with U2, not U2, with AC/DC. Yeah. Younger brothers of Malcolm and Angus Young. But never heard anything about this album. Sam Gopal, I've never heard of. 1969, and there's Lemmy. Wow. So, yeah, looks like Lemmy's on the far left side, I believe. Escalator. Then he moved on to Hawkwind. The Guess Who, Shaken All Over. Yep, Chad Allen and the Expressions. This is before Burton Cummings joined the band, of course. Randy Bachman was in the band. And that was their first hit, 1965. Paul Simon. I love Paul Simon. I've never heard the Paul Simon songbook. I mean, I know some of the songs from it, of course. They were re-recorded for Simon and Garfunkel. That would be nice to have in my collection someday. Barry Gibb and the Bee Gees sing and play 14 Barry Gibb songs. Yeah. Never seen this album cover before, or album before, but they were so talented. And that's back in 1965. The Golden Earrings, who, of course, went on to be simply Golden Earring. I've heard this album. It was for one of our CD exchanges last year. And, for a debut album, it was pretty good. It was entertaining, although the singer later on, Barry Hay, who was in Golden Earring for years and years and years, he wasn't in, I don't think he was in the band yet. Yeah. But yeah, it's good. It's a good album. Boz Scaggs, his very first album, Boz. Wow. Yeah. I remember Silk Degrees back in 1976. That was a really good album. Spotlight on Nilsson. Wow. 1966. The Yardbirds. I remember buying this album on vinyl. Probably maybe 1968, and I did not like it. Yeah. Jimmy Page, Jeff Beck, I believe was in it too. Yeah, Jeff Beck. I think it wasn't very well produced. That didn't help it either. Hourglass, Dwayne and Greg Allman. Wow. The Hassles, Billy Joel. Psychedelic hard rock band. Amboy Dukes, Ted Nugent. Some of these album covers, woo. Simon Dupre and the Big Sound. Okay, they went on. Yeah, they're the brothers that went on to form Gentle Giant, one of the great prog bands. Cool. The Herd with Peter Frampton. Yeah, there he is in the second from the right. Paradise Lost. Chicken Shack with from Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, Christine McVie. 40 blue fingers, freshly packed and ready to serve. Great album title. The Wind in the Willows, that's Debbie Harry, that later on went to be with Blondie. You can see her there. Yeah, 1968. And that is later formed, of course, King Crimson, Robert Fripp. Giles, Giles, and Fripp. The Cheerful Insanity of Giles, Giles, and Fripp. I've never heard this album. I've seen it, but maybe somebody out there can let me know. Eric Burden and the Animals, Love Is. Andy Summers was in the band. Very cool, from the Police. Yeah, The Birthday Party with Jeff Lynne. He is top left before he was wearing the sunglasses all the time. And before he joined The Move, and then, of course, ELO. Wonderwall Music, of course, I've heard that album. Free, Tons of Sobs. Great band. Yeah, I have this album from Genesis to Revelation, 1969. I like it. I mean, it's not like later Genesis, like Prog-rock or anything, but I think the songs are pretty good. Naz with Todd Rundgren. Yeah, 1968. I've never heard Empty Sky, but I've heard, good and bad about it. I have all of the Yes albums with John Anderson, and I love this album. I think it's very underrated. Alice Cooper. I've heard the album, but it's one of the Alice Cooper band albums I've never had on CD. I'd like to get it on CD sometime. Yes, I have this album. It is the bottom right. No, sorry, the very bottom is Phil Collins. It was his very first band, Flaming Youth. Yeah. It's actually, the production isn't the greatest, but it's kind of prog pop. It's a fun album. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, psych rock. Flash, Billy Gibbons. He's on the left there. The Moving Sidewalks, yeah. Warren Zevon, Wanted Dead or Alive. Supertramp, yeah. I think I remember hearing this album, and it wasn't very good. It wasn't until their third album, Crime of the Century, where they found their sound, I guess. UFO 1. Yeah. I've heard that one. Kraftwerk. That was... I listened to that recently online, and it was pretty good. It sounded like Kraftwerk. Steve Hackett. Quiet World. Who knew? Thin Lizzy, 1971. Yeah, I'd be interested in some of these albums that I haven't heard, if, the ones that you really like. Fraternity, Bon Scott from AC/DC. Jerry Rafferty, Can I Have My Money Back? Home, Pause for a Horse. No idea who that is. Cliff Williams from AC/DC, the bassist. Styx, yeah. 1972, their debut album. I've never heard it. Lou Reed, big Lou Reed fan. I have this album. I have all of his albums. It's not the greatest production-wise, but it's not a great debut, but it's a good debut. Steve Howe on guitar, Rick Wakeman on keyboards. Elf with Ronnie Dio. Yeah. Ronnie James Dio. Scorpions, Lonesome Crow, 1972. Spooky Tooth, that's a really good album. Yeah. You Broke My Heart, but I Busted Your Jaw. So I Busted Your Jaw. With Mick Jones, who later went on to Foreigner. Geordie, the singer for AC/DC, yeah, Brian Johnson. I've heard some of their music. Journey, of course. They were more jazz rock, jazz prog rock, their first 3 albums. Black Sheep, that looks like Lou Gramm from Foreigner, right there. Yep. Curved Air, I've heard of them. Stuart Copeland on drums, cool. Johnny Cougar. Chestnut Street Incident. Sweeney Todd, I believe they're a Canadian band. Oh, Bryan Adams, yeah. He was in the band. 16 years old, wow. Quiet Riot. The Cure. 3 Imaginary Boys. Yep, I like The Cure. Girl. Sheer Greed. Phil Collen from Def Leppard. Yep. And LA Guns, singer Phil Lewis. Samson, Head On. Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden. In the Garden, that would be Eurythmics. Yeah, Eurythmics. It says it right there, Eurythmics. Just hard for me to read. In the Garden, 1981. Message, Lessons, no idea who that is. Richie Sambora from Bon Jovi. I see this album cover so much. Pantera. Metal Magic. Flotsam and Jetsam. Doomsday for the Deceiver. Jason Newsted, who went on to be in Metallica. Joe Satriani, Not of This Earth, 1986. Almost done here. Jane's Addiction. Green River with 2 of the members of Pearl Jam. Scream, No More Censorship. Dave Grohl, wow. He was just 17. And that's it. Yeah, some interesting albums. And I even own some of them. Yeah, I would love your thoughts on some of these that I've never heard, if there are any really good ones. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Please remember to like the video, leave a comment below, and please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Bye.